right, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. Got back from Israel about a week ago, back in Arizona, going out to the ranch, and just kind of driving right now. And I had a friend come up, and he came up and brought his son. They were interested in getting more into preparedness, and they already had somebody in the Jewish community. They already had food supply. They already had chickens, stuff like this in their yard. But in the community, it's been a conversation for a long time, even before, since I moved back to the States for a couple years, for the next couple years, that I'll be in the States for work and business before we move back permanently to Israel, as we were living before. And basically, they were saying that they wanted to get property, go build off-grid, and do all these things. And now they're coming to my place, and they're kind of getting a gut check. I hope a lot of people take this into consideration, that if you're looking at property, it's not just the property. You want to make sure that you're equipped with vehicles, because he got stranded on a hillside with a pretty steep incline where it started turning the vehicle to the left, and almost where he was in, parallel, I think we had parallel, with the hilltop, where it was a potential rollover. And that's all things that I've learned through experience, because I've made similar mistakes, as anyone who's been off-roading is going to tell you. And it was a gut check, because it's not like he was complaining, but he was saying, like, the only way to make this really work is you got to have the right tires, you have to have four-wheel drive. And I've been stuck out where my ranch is numerous times, 3 times, with a four-wheel drive vehicle. Never once with my Toyota, but my F-250, big diesel, the whole thing, it's gotten stuck in mud with good all-terrains. And yeah, it was a problem, because Mother Nature can turn on a dime. And at this point, that's what I would recommend, is really start to get out there and start trying all the things that you've been talking about, because there's a lot of it. And I hear it a lot from a lot of people, and they just don't go out and do anything. And it can be as simple as camping, especially with everything going on. I heard some news back in Israel about potentially going after the Iranian nuclear reactors, which would close down the Straits of Hormuz. What other places would there be? Russia, Ukraine, China, and Taiwan. You just feel it building up, and that's not like a scare tactic either. It's just the reality that we live in. And unfortunately, that's the world that we live in. And it's only really been peaceful, air quotes, you could say, for the last 50 years, and that's relatively peaceful. Things could go very, very dangerous, and I just think that with the diesel issues that are going on, with the food issues and delivery systems that has been going on, and fuel and all that, if this whole diesel thing it goes down to 3-day supply or something, or even 10-day supply, I'm going to be a little nervous. And you're definitely not going to see me in the cities. I'll just hide out up for a month or 2 if I have to, up at my place, just to lay low. And if you don't have a place, before I had purchased and sold and bought real estate throughout northern Arizona, Tennessee, New York, all land purchases and flipping and stuff like this. Before I started doing that, I was really into camping and having the right gear, that if you had to, you could load up your 20 gallons of fuel, a full tank, and load up all your camping gear and just go sit out in a BLM or national forest if you had to, if it came down to that type of situation, and just hide out. Especially in these mountain states, there's just a lot of places that you can go to, and a lot of places I would recommend. For those who don't have the money, you get a good wall tent. If you can chop up a couple $1,000, you can get a really nice wall tent. Cabela's has some, I can't remember the name of them, it begins with an A, but they've got those, they're about $800-900, $1,000. Same thing with the military surplus ones, and you could buy anywhere between $100 to $400 or $500. You can get a really nice wood burning stove for the inside of a small tent, and you can do all this out of a pickup. It would be better if it's 4-wheel drive, but if you have to, you can go to flat areas if you have to. There's plenty of that across the U.S. or or anywhere in the world, I'm sure, for that matter, where you can just lay low. And you know, and also another thing I've noticed is a lot of people, they'll prepare, they'll get all kinds of food and stuff like this, the rice, the beans, but they never taste it. That's something I'm going to be doing some videos soon here with canning. Me and my wife, we've looked at canning. The goal would be 100 jars, 1 quart jars of pretty much pasta sauces in a way. 100 jars of veggie soups, 100 jars of meat. And we have some options. I know some shochet, for anyone who doesn't understand what that is. That's a kosher butcher, and he can square us away when it comes to that. But as far as that all goes, that's my recommendation. And just kind of things on the top of my head right now as I was driving back to the ranch to get this roof put on there. And I'll be putting together a small little video for that. But it's Tomer with Cash Room Preparedness. See you guys later.